Hello everyone, this is Terry from Genki Gaming TV, coming at you with the Yokai Watch 2019 episode 23 review, also known as The Fan Subbers Have Disappeared, and as people that understand about 25 to maybe 55% Japanese based off of listening, or 25 to 45 depending upon who you are, can squeeze by the episode with certain things as the exception. So let's dive into the episode review. Everything starts off with pants on the ground because obviously Nate, referencing back to being a pervy stalker, is now being a exhibitionist and is walking around with his underpants on the ground, even though he's doing the Hazukachi or the embarrassment dance. I'm seeing right through you, bro. You just want Katie to see your underwear. We all know that, Nate. But moving on, it happens several times when he gets up to answer a question from his teacher. Even at lunch, Nate is victimized by a pantsing yokai who turns out to be Bad Boy. Yes, I have to do it in the whisperish voice, Bad Boy, or Bad Boya, because you have to add the ya to make it feel more Yakuza-y, which is unbearable. For a reskin, I like this kid's design. And he even has bad on his belt, even though in the episode he really doesn't have bad on the belt, which is part of the... Wait, he actually does. And it kind of looks like something tying up the pants. So, Whisper gets pants and has no underpants on. Who knew Ghost didn't have... Well, who knew Ghost had clothing? Apparently Whisper does, and he isn't just a white little wisp. That's basically nightmare fuel waiting to happen, boys and girls. Moving on, we get tons of different male yokai summoned, from Snartle to Jibanyan to even, I think, Bad Dude. Some of these yokai localization names are pretty bad. So Jibanyan gets pants and choco bars go everywhere, and he's like, no nya, don't do this to me, nya. And everyone has Koma-san or bears on their underwear, because why not? Because the show is slowly becoming unbearable. Oh, I just made a pun connecting to the yokai name. Be proud of me, peeps. So Nate decides to become a detective and dig into our episode villain's past, and apparently he couldn't pull up his underwear. And his mom was saying something about, thank God he's now in underwear and now has pants because diapers were unbearable or something like that. So, of course he has issues holding his pants up. So they try to fatten him up via rice and tempura shrimp. Didn't really work. He got mad and everyone else was pants. Yet again. We move to the single strongest part of this episode, which is the... I wish I had taken a screenshot of what I wanted to, but it starts up with Manjimont, Manjimont basically in his own little room in a desecrated school. I had to think of the right word I wanted to use. And he's basically a ruffian or a delinquent. Even Emma is a delinquent. So it all starts off introducing us to each classroom in the Saiteko, or Saiteko being one that has a few remarkable people. It looks like professors there. It looks like Robanyan F and Manjimont. Then we have my I think it's Monji, but the flames are covering the reference picture, which is Jibanyan. And holy snap, 2 reskins in the same situation. Well, I guess Rubius J is not a reskin, but Rubius J is what Jibanyan should be, but isn't. And a couple other yokai that like sweet. And then we have Koma Kyodai, which even with as epic as they look, they're still death fodder to me. Like if there was a yokai war, Koma-san and Komajiro would get bodied. They would so just get up and bodied. And then it seems like Whisper, Kyubi, Orochi, and a bunch of other really strong yokai are together in their own Deliquent class or their own gang. I mean, these are like really strong yokai, but they'll probably get bodied by Koma-san and Komajiro. Then we have Robot Noameldusu, or Robot Normals like Robo Hungrunch, Robo Noko, Robo Kappa, Robo QB, Robo Everyone, and then Akan Boys, which is all of the baby yokai, and Shirokuma is there. Oh. Someone save Draggy from this mess. Draggy is so out of place. Save Draggy, guys. So, as this all is basically going on, Whisper himself is an example. He gets off of the bus after taking quite a long nap to find himself in the dirty, disgusting, delinquent yokai territory. Which is, I'm scrolling back because I want to get names right. The Saite Koko, or in the Saite area, and Whisper's running for his life and ends up getting boogered, and tons of poop jokes have been made already, probably by people, but this episode had a couple crappy portions, like Manjima basically making a gigantic poop, because who does that? And then Whisper gets cornered and then transforms into something that is really strange, but it's still Whisper, so it's pretty cool. It's nice to see Whisper kind of get a power up, and it sounds like the Koma Bros are the ones who's causing all of the trouble, that them and their crazy taxi service has been causing delinquents to become delinquents. Which is understandable because they don't like Koma-san and Komajiro as much as I dislike them now. So I am pro for all of the other delinquent gangs to beat up on the Koma Bros, and I'm probably gonna get hate for that. But after seeing Koma forecoms of Koma-san not being able to wash clothes, and about the search for Komami continuing, and me suddenly coming to the realization that Komami is basically going to look like Koma-chan, and it's basically going to be a bouncing Koma blob, that she's not going to be a tiny little Koma kitten. Is Koma kitten the right term for like a baby version of a Komane? I don't honestly know, but all in all, this episode was at least interesting. The Gakuen portion, or the school portion, was really good. It partially reminded me of GTO, or Great Teacher Onizuka, while slightly reminding me of Gokusen, which is another show similar to it. Basically, it stars a person named Kumiko Yamaguchi, and she's the granddaughter of a Yakuza boss, and she becomes a teacher and teaches at an all-male private school for the delinquents. The segment threw off that vibe to me. Also, go watch Gakusen, and don't watch the anime, watch the live action. The live action is really good. Characters show a lot of heart. Not to say that the anime is bad or anything, just watch the live action first if you're going to watch it, because it's actually well designed and kind of takes the course of both of the classes that she watched. Like well, technically there's 3 different classes that she watched and took care of and taught, but the first 2 are really, really good for the live action. The school segment is what saved the episode. I don't think anyone cared about the opening segment. I mean, it actually did a good job of reintroducing us to the all-powerful Bado Boy, or Unbearable. Which, for me, I've not played Yokai Watch 3, so I've only seen this kid in different art. And this was kind of a learning experience for me, because my issue was I could never find Yokai Watch 3 because my GameStop was sold out of it. But that's besides the point. The opening segment was okay, but I don't think it built off of anything that would progress us in the right direction. We can ignore the Koma 4-com, and we can kind of ignore the fact that the search for Komami is really going on. Not really ignore, but kind of put it in the back seat, because we all know we're eventually going to meet Komami, and I feel like Komami is going to be a smaller version of Koma-chan instead of like a fluffy Komane kitten or cub. Would it be a kitten or would she be a cub? I do digress. I was kind of expecting a smaller version of Koma-san and Komajiro combined, but with Hello Kitty style clothes for some reason. But who knows? When do you guys think we'll see the wonderful Komami? Tell me in your comments below. And like always, stay positive and may blessings come your way, guys. Bye bye for now. And thank you for watching.